everybody. You're live. Going to be going over the last two patches since I didn't get to do one last week on the 0.057 patch, and then today's patch is 0.058 for SpaceX. We'll go over both of those. And yeah, do some of the quests that have come up. Gramash, link to the game. It is here. I typed it in for you. SpaceX.io. Can send you an invite to the Discord as well. You can download it from the link in the Discord. There's a brand new patch out today. There's the Discord for you. Thank you, Epura. It is a pretty nice looking base, isn't it? All right, so we're gonna get started here. So I want to look at some of the dev updates. So like I said, I didn't do a stream for the 0.057 patch, so I'm going to kind of go over some of the notes for that, and then we'll dive into the patch for today. So yesterday's patch, is going through it quickly, or I'm sorry, the week before's 0.057 patch. Some of the bug fixes, the scanning time has been shortened, so when you're scanning for the asteroids, it only takes 10 seconds now, which is a really nice fix that they did. It was 30 seconds, so it's significantly reduced, and the scanned time that it displays on the asteroids is increased to, I think, 2 minutes from 30 seconds. So overall, much nicer scanning the asteroids, and just the appearance and how long it takes to scan is much better over the previous patch. Another nice little addition to the previous patch is this roll up the ship information. You don't want to see it, You can click roll up and it hides right there. It's really nice. Just get it out of the way. A lot of times you don't need it. And then shuttle boosters have been added. So if you go into your research, you can see these different boosters were added to the previous patch, and you can see what in your ship information if you have them active right here. So you can go in these and create these. The shuttle scan range increases your range to about 6,000 meters. So that's a really great upgrade. I definitely suggest getting this one for all of you. It's relatively inexpensive. I mean, it's not free, obviously, but as far as the upgrade mods go, it is the cheapest one, and it's definitely well worth getting. Shuttle Cargo, right here, increases the cargo capacity from 1,000 to 1,250. It's a nice increase, but it is quite a bit more expensive, so you may want to give a little more thought to that one. And then the Shuttle Speed is the only one that I haven't done. 20% shuttle increase speed. I'm not convinced on this one yet. I may do it just to see what it's about, but I think the speed of the shuttle, at least for me right now, is fine. So I would say leave this one for last. But completely up to you. So if you do want to construct these, time required to take this one takes 7 days, 6 days, 6 hours. So this one crafts pretty quickly. To do this, you just click craft, and when it finishes, it'll show up right here, and you can install it onto the shuttle. So these only craft one of each of these because you can only install obviously one to your ship, and this only applies to the shuttle. This does not work or will not work for the interstellar ship. The interstellar ship's going to have completely all of its own mods, so these are only for the shuttle. So be careful you only build one of those. I'm not sure if they allow you to build more at this point, and I don't want to test it out. So like I said, I highly recommend getting this shuttle scan range. Really helpful, increases your range from about 3,000 to 6,000. Really helpful when you're trying to find those asteroids with the resources on them that you want. All right, so those were some of the, that's in the research center, the boosters. So then let's go kind of to this dev update, the 0.058. Buy some of the mods. I wish I could sell you some mods, Bohemian. But yeah, I would definitely suggest the scanner first. It's pretty inexpensive, like I was saying. 6,000 barium, 8,000 carbon, cobalt, copper, and silicon. So all pretty basic resources. So the barium might be a little bit difficult, but all these other ones are pretty easy. Only 6 hours of craft, and it helps you out a whole lot when you're looking for other resources in the asteroids. So really great. So next up, so the factory, if you have your factory built, we'll just cover this. This is where you construct your different compounds. The T compound is the one that's required for your interstellar ship. And then the rest of these will be used, I believe, in the cargo carrier once that is released. But right now, all you need to focus on is this T compound. The interstellar ship needs 40 of these. As you can see, I have 23 made, so I have about 17 more to make. Each one is 250 argon, 25 thorium, 500 titanium, and 400 tungsten. And each one takes 6 hours. And you do have to craft these individually. So every 6 hours, if you have it, you have to come back, hit craft. You can't just set 40 and go. You have to come back every 6 hours and do that. All right, let me see if there's anything from the last patch that I need to go over. I think that's about it. So let's jump into the 0.58 patch, which just came out today. So the launch pad is the new addition to this week. You hit the launch pad, you can now see the interstellar ship or intergalactic, depending on who you talk to. But here are the resources needed for the intergalactic ship, and it has changed slightly since the last announcement, so take a look at it. It's 21,000 barium, 56,000 carbon, 10,000 cerium, 36,000 cobalt, 32,000 copper, 18,000 iridium, 30,000 iron, 3,000 plutonium, 30,000 nickel, 20,000 plutonium, 1,500 radium, 1,500 radon, 2,400 silicon, 13,000 titanium, and 40 T compounds. And so we were talking about those T compounds before. You'll need 40 of those, which does add up to a significant amount of resources. So if you're wondering about that, there's info in that in the Discord. I believe there's some people have some calculators worked out. You can kind of see those. And then I should say it does take, once you get all the resources in it craft, it does take 21 days to complete. And this is not, it's not showing up right now, but the cargo carrier will also be in here once it's craftable. So this is going to be, you know, it'll scroll down and you'll be able to see the recipe for the cargo carrier as well. So next up, let's talk about the cargo carrier a little bit. So we have a picture of the cargo carrier. Let me pull it over here for you. So this is the cargo carrier. That is what is going to be craftable in the interstellar, well, in the same spot the interstellar ship is. It's going to be extremely expensive to craft, so they're expecting that most people actually won't want to craft it. And it pretty much is useful mostly for people that do own plots. If you don't own a plot and you're just on a lease plot, there's not going to be a lot for you to transport back and forth. But if you do have a purchase plot, this will allow you to transport your cargo that you're getting on that plot to Sector 1 once you travel over there with your interstellar ship. So I think it looks really cool, and I'm definitely going to be attempting to build one. But I know the requirements are going to be very, very high because, like I said, they don't expect most people to craft them. But that is what it's going to look like, or at least an early version of it. So the biggest change, Bohemian, I think right now for this patch is probably, like I said, the addition of this tab, the launch pad, and being able to craft the ship. Bohemian's gonna go for it. You may have time to do it, Bohemian, with the extra pre-alpha. You may have time to get all the resources. But it is going to be very difficult. Will it be an NFT? They're still toying with that idea. I think they're going the route of it will be the first ship NFT. Initially, they were talking just the ships in kind of the Sector 3, 4 will be NFTs, but I think they're playing with the idea, since it's going to be such a high requirement, that it will be an NFT. But don't quote me on that. They're still deciding yes or no on that, but it is definitely possible. So we have a question from Dyson here. Explain the fuel types in the refinery a little bit. Okay, so yeah, so we can go in, we'll go into the refinery tab here. And these are the two different types of fuels. So the fuel for the power plant, each one of these will power your power plant on one plot for 60 days. So you craft one of these, you can build one every 7 days. And this will give you enough power to power all the buildings on one plot for 60 days. If you have multiple plots, if you own multiple plots, you can transport them. So you can build a couple and transport them to different locations and use them that way. So yes, they are transportable, and each package lasts, or each fuel package lasts 60 days. So that's that one, the power plant fuel. So like I said, if you have multiple plots, if you own purchase plots, you can create, you know, if you have 4 plots, just create one every week, and that'll power all 4 plots. If you have multiple, or if you have more than 4 plots, you may need to build 2 refineries then, because like I said, you can only build one every 7 days. And if you have more than 4, you're not going to be able to craft enough every month, possibly to supply your plants. But you'll have to figure that out as you go. And the ship fuel here. Here's the components needed for the ship fuel. Bo is asking, is ship fuel also 60 days? So the ship fuel hasn't been decided yet. They're trying to figure out if they're going to do it by time, like days, or if they're going to do distance for the interstellar ship yet. So that's still kind of an unknown at this point. But it will be, like I said, it will either be days or distance traveled in your interstellar ship. So that's kind of a big unknown right now. But I do estimate that you're going to want to take at least a couple, maybe a few ship fuels with you when you venture into Sector 1. So I would suggest making, 2, 3, so you have enough time to travel to Sector 1, find a planet that you can claim first, right? And then once you find that planet, you're going to have to be able to have enough fuel to collect all the resources you need for your starting your ship, or you're starting your base in Sector 1 on your planet that you claimed, and be able to get to the point where you can build your refinery. So I'm guessing you will need a fair amount of extra fuel, or you want to take a fair amount of extra fuel. They are talking about, I don't know if this is for sure yet, but they're talking about making Sector 1 the free marketplace. So it will be a player-to-player marketplace that was going to be pushed out to the further sectors, but it seems right now that they're playing with the idea of making Sector 1 the free-to-play, or I'm sorry, the free market system. So yes, if that is the case, if it is the player free market system, ship fuel will be sellable and purchasable in that marketplace. So I do believe that will be purchasable in the market if you haven't, if you haven't constructed it yet, or constructed enough, you run out. I believe you'll be able to purchase it from the market. And it's definitely will be transportable if you do build your cargo carrier from Sector 1 to Sector 2, or sorry, the home sector to Sector 1, you'll be able to transport it back and forth. So if you make some in Sector 1, bring it, sorry, if you make some in home sector and transport it to Sector 1, you can sell it then in the marketplace there. So that will be kind of a cool aspect to the game where you can possibly earn some extra plats or crypto if they enable the crypto sales in the marketplace. I'm not sure what they're going to do with the in-game marketplace yet, if it's just going to be plats or if they're going to have crypto as well. We'll see what happens. Yep, I really hope they do open up the Sector 1 to the free marketplace. I think it'll add a lot to the game, and I don't think, I mean, delaying it to Sector 2 might work too, but I think it would add a lot opening it up in Sector 1, and I do think that's the route they are kind of looking at right now. We'll have to see, how much time they have and everything to do that, but hopefully they get that done and put in. I think that'd be really cool, add a lot to the game, and the potential profitability for the players as well. So let's take a look. Let me see, what else is the update for this week? Where is it here? Okay. Oh, the quests are back. See right up here, you have your quests. We're going to go through one of these or a couple of these, but let me get through some of the rest of the dev update before I start that. So quests are back, and let me bring this up here. All right, so there'll be 13 quests that will eventually take you to Sector 1. You'll go through the quests. There'll be different types of quests. Some you'll give resources. Some you're going to go find different things in different locations, collect them. But they'll all eventually build to creating a bridge from the home sector to Sector 1 in your interstellar ship. So that's kind of the idea of the quest. It'll give you a little backstory, give you a little tutorial, and that's kind of what they have planned for the first home system quests. Another thing, the warp fees again have been pushed, so keep enjoying those free warp fees. Eventually they will be costing plats. They seem to keep getting pushed, but I mean, I wouldn't complain about that too much because they're free for now, and eventually they're going to cost you plats. Keep that in mind when you're kind of transporting stuff, and if you wait to transport, you may have to pay for them. So that is planned to be in the August 11th patch is when they plan to put those warp fees in. So all right, and another thing to look forward to coming up, they're going to be adding some collectible NFTs. So these, as far as I know, right now they're not going to be usable in-game. They're more of a collectible type of item. Just, some of for the to get some of the promo and stuff going on. But if you are a pre-alpha explorer, you're going to get one claimable NFT for free. And then if you have, what was it, 5 of the 7 buildings constructed before the end of August, you'll be able to receive the second NFT for free as well. So possible 2 NFTs for free, which is pretty cool. So I'll go over some of the details here. They're going to be limited release series of approximately 55 different NFTs, but they're going to be ERC 1155s. There's going to be a variety of styles, but not all of them are totally individual. So there'll be different styles of each one. What else is here? So some of the NFTs will be available in the few of the alpha release promotional packs. They're going to be there's going to be a lot of different um, promotions and giveaways and competitions and things coming up as the alpha begins to ramp up and open, and we kind of end the pre-alpha phase and start going into the alpha phase. There's going to be a lot of different activities and promotional type of things, giveaways. So that'll be really fun. Look forward to that. Get some free NFTs, maybe purchase a few more if you want to collect them all. I don't know how many there are going to be, or if that's even going to be possible to purchase them all, but yeah, should be a cool thing. These are some of the pre NFT kind of previews, so the airs aren't complete yet, but they're kind of gonna look like something like that. So these are the aliens that I think are ultimately going to end up being the antagonists in the SpaceX story. Um, so as you go through some of the quests, I believe you're going to start getting introduced to some of these characters. All right, let's talk about. All right, going back to the cargo carrier. Like I said, it's going to be very difficult to construct. They are not planning on most people completing it. And like I said, it's really only planned that even the people that own plots want to construct it, because if you don't have an owned plot and your lease expires in 6 months, there's really not a lot you can do with it after that point, because it's not going to be able to mine. It's basically will only be able to transport resources back and forth. It's going to be quite slow, and it will cost. There's going to be a toll from going from home sector to sector 1 and then to sector 2. There'll be tolls on it to transport between those. So another booster that is going to be implemented, it's not in the game yet, but it will be coming in soon, is going to be a main base cargo booster. So currently the main base holds 2.58 million resources, which is quite a lot, and I haven't gotten anywhere close to filling up yet. But that will be expandable. I'm not certain on what the expansion is going to be to, or the resources that, how much resources it's going to be to construct that, but I will probably try to get that on at least one of my plots, just to see how it works and how much resources it gives you. But that is something that is coming in. All right, and that's kind of sums up some of the stuff here for this 0.58 patch. So I think what I'm going to do is start doing some of these quests and see how they work. So helper. So we need to put plutonium, uranium, and lithium in our ship. So let me get some of those. Lithium, need 100 of that. Plutonium, 100 of that. What was the other one? Uranium. All right, 100 uranium. All right, should have 100 of each. Oops, in the ship cargo. All right, so let's see. Next. All right, you done? No, what are we waiting for? You need to collect these in your station cargo. Oh, I guess it's station, but next. Not sure why that is not working. So if you in sector 1 or 2. Resource in the station cargo. Oh, okay. So we have to go take this to the hub. All right, so take off and let's go to the main hub and try it there. All right, great. Give me 3 hours to find this device and we'll translate what they say. All right, so guess we have to wait for 3 hours. All right. Well, while we're here, let's check out what's on the market. All right, nothing too much. So let's warp to the asteroid belt and I can show you the scanning and kind of what changed. So like I said, they let you roll this up and hide it, which is kind of nice. Get it out of the way. And so, like I said, the scanner is now only takes 10 seconds, which is really nice. Before it was 30 and it just took forever. And you can see now I have the scanner installed, which boosts the range to about 6,000, which is really nice upgrade because you don't have to be quite so close to the asteroids and you can see much bigger distance. So let's go over this one. These aren't exactly what I want, but let's do another scan here. And then you can also see the cargo bonus is active. So instead of 1,000, I can carry 1,250, which is a pretty nice upgrade. But to be honest, I think the scanner bonus, like I said before, scanner bonus is definitely the first one you want to go for. And then possibly the cargo bonus. And I would say that save the speed bonus for last if you do decide to do that one. if anyone else has any more questions, feel free to throw them out there. I'll answer whatever I can. Radium. It's not too bad. Let's go to 2. What I really need is one with tungsten, radium, and radon. It's a tall order, I know, but we'll see what we can find. Tungsten. Barium. Let's go this way. We'll try about 3. There's a bunch of tungsten around, but I kind of wanted to try to find one with at least 2. Oh yeah, and the asteroids are actually changing in about 15 minutes, so I guess it doesn't pay to really look right now. If you guys don't know, the asteroid resources change. For me, it's at 5:05 a.m., 11:05 a.m., and then 5:05 p.m. and 11:05 p.m. and that's Pacific daylight time. So they are every 6 hours, and they are on that cycle every day. All right, well, let's just jump back to the plot. And let's see, what else can we look at while those reset. Gonna wait a couple more hours for this next interstellar ship. You're getting close. Just need a bit more radium, a little more radon, and then a bunch more tungsten. These T compounds take a lot of tungsten. So I think I need like 6,000 more tungsten. to complete these T compounds. Research. Here we go. So yeah, 400 tungsten, 500 titanium, 25 thorium, 250 argon is what the T compounds need each. And I need 17 more of those. So that adds up. All right. Does anyone have any last questions before I kind of finish up this stream? We got about 10 more minutes before the asteroid resets, and then I think I'll try to find a good suitable asteroid for what I need and kind of sign off there. So if anyone has any last questions, we got about 10 minutes. And yeah, answer whatever I can for you. Like I said, yeah, they are toying with the idea of making Sector 1 marketplace the free market for players to sell at whatever rates they want. So if they do that, I'm looking forward to that. I think that'd be really cool. And allow kind of a more opportunity for players to make plats and crypto by selling stuff. So I think that would be cool. And then, like I said, the launch pad right now, the interstellar ship is in here. But this is also the cargo carrier will be right in here as well once they insert that into the game. I think in the next few days or so that will probably show up. And again, I did touch on this earlier in the stream, but if you missed it, the power plant, the fuels, you craft them in the refinery. And the power plant fuel, it's right here, takes 6 days to craft. You can build one every 7 days. And this power plant fuel lasts for 60 days for one plot. So it'll power all your buildings on one plot for 60 days. And it is transportable, so you can build a bunch on one plot, and then if you have multiple plots, transport it and use one on every one of your plots. So you can have, one refinery and just craft them for all your different plots, power your mining platforms and stuff on different plots without having to build a refinery on every plot, which is nice, a good feature. And then again, the ship fuel, you will need this to power your interstellar ship once you get that built. And it is not set in stone yet, but they're trying to decide if it's going to be a day or how a time thing where it's good for 30 days or if it's a certain distance. That's not set in stone yet. So something to keep in mind. I do think you're going to want to take more than one ship fuel to Sector 1, so you'll have enough time to build, you know, not only discover and claim a planet, but be able to mine some of the resources you need to craft your base on your planet and get kind of that set up so you can build up to your refinery and start crafting your own fuels there. Bo asks, "Oh, what are the other compounds for?" So the T compound is obviously used in the interstellar ship, and then the carbonite, copadidium, and the iridites are all going to be used in the carrier, the cargo carrier. So all four of them are going to be in the cargo carrier in different quantities. I don't know. I know they're in that cargo carrier recipe. I'm not sure if they're going to be used in other things as well. They'll probably be in other recipes, maybe some of the other mods or something like that. But I know they are all for in the cargo carrier build. And this is what a completed plot with your whole main base constructed. As you say, I don't have any buildings left. So these are all the buildings, and what will be what your plot looks like after you have everything created. And actually, it's the same if you were to land on a free to mine planet. The same type of setup exists already on those free to mine planets. But that is a completed plot. As opposed, we can take a look. Let's look at one of my other plots. Let's go over here. And on this one, I just have the main base, the power plant, and the mining platform. So on most of my plots, this is kind of my setup. Definitely get the power plant and the mining platform, and then if I have enough at the time, the main base, which increases your capacity a lot. So this is kind of the main setup I have for my plots, what I want to get on each one of my purchase plots, and then I have one plot where I have all the buildings constructed, and that's where I'm going to build my ships out of and all of that. But like I said, if you have plots like this, eventually when the pre-alpha ends and they start implementing the need to craft fuel, you can have one plot that has your refinery and factory and all that, and you can craft the fuels on that plot and then transport it over to your other plots to power your other plots. So you can have a plot like this set up without a refinery or a factory, and just craft the fuels on your other main base plot, I should say. So Epos is where I have my main setup. And my completed base is thanks, Bo. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Those... Thank you for the lemons. Appreciate that. All right, so we're getting close. It's about 3 minutes, 2 minutes till the asteroids flip over. If anyone has any last questions, let me know. Time of it. Alright, let's take off. The asteroids should have reset, so let's fly over to asteroid belt 1. Let's see what we can find here. I said ideally, I'm looking for an asteroid with tungsten, radium, and radon. There's radon. So not ideal there. Some radium. But still not what I'm looking for, so let's go over here. Tungsten. There's more tungsten. I can just find 2 of the 3. I'd be happy. Let's see. Tungsten. Got a lot of tungsten around. Oh, there's some thorium there. If anyone needs thorium, it's in belt 2. So, tungsten. We're gonna have to settle for just one. Let's go to 3. You know, there's a lot of tungsten in belt 2. Let's see what we can find in 3. Radium, tungsten, but on different asteroids. Come on. Radium and neon. Go this way. Like I said, this scanner bonus is really nice. It helps a lot when you're trying to locate the rocks. I would definitely suggest getting that upgrade. If you don't plan on getting any of the other ones, get that scanner bonus. It will help you a lot when you're trying to locate resources in the asteroid fields. It's a huge boost and it helps extremely. There's one. We'll take that one. Radon and radium. One rock. No tungsten there, but 2 out of the 3 is not bad. So we're going to stop here and start mining. And that's going to be it for me today, guys. If you have any last questions, put them in chat really quickly. Otherwise, that's going to be it. All right, so I'm gonna shut it down here, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me and checking out the new patches. Again, in review, we did cover the 0.057 patch, and the new patch today was 0.058 for SpaceX. Went over a lot of the new additions and some of the bug fixes and everything. Thanks for hanging out, and I will see you guys for the next patch. I think I'm gonna do go live for some of the quests probably, so stay looking for those probably later this week, and have a good one. Fly safe, explorers. I will see you later.